Death doesn't just happen at the end of your life. There are many endings along the way before you get to the final end. You can be sad through the grief journey that things are changing. You also can be excited and expectant for what's next. Welcome to the Highly Inquisitive Podcast, where we embrace the magic of a messy life and adopt the balance is bullshit mindset. I'm your host, Gabs, and I'm here to help you question everything you thought you knew about juggling it all in 10 minutes or less. As a woman who challenged the status quo from toddlerhood and built a successful life on my own terms despite all of the odds against me, I'm here to help you become curious about rewriting the rules to your own thoughts, societal expectations, and life's curveballs so that you can show up every day in a life built for your passions, career, and well-being. Loving your life doesn't mean life gets easier, but it certainly means life gets more enjoyable and you can stop feeling like it's such a freaking mess in the process. Let's go figure some shit out together. Today, I want us to talk about death in a way that makes it okay. And sometimes death is in the physical sense, and sometimes it's in a spiritual sense, in a feeling. In the last few weeks, I have been almost what feels like trapped in this duality of life and death emotions. It almost feels like a season of life that I'm in. And it has really slowed me down. And at times has made me a much more somber person. But it has also made me feel very welcoming and open to what's next and what's new. Because death is inevitable, but something that has helped me along this journey called life is that death doesn't just happen at the end of your life. There are many endings along the way before you get to the final end. And some of the ways that I have been experiencing this lately is I have landed in Arizona. Phoenix has been on our list of places to land for a little over a year now, probably almost 2 years. For those that don't know, we're what I call slow nomads. So we tend to live somewhere for a year or two before we usually relocate somewhere else. And I'm not sure if that season will continue in our life or for how long that will be. But Phoenix landed on our radar when our youngest daughter started getting really sick with asthma as a place that would be good for her. And we just weren't sure when it would happen or why, and kind of really left that up to trusting. And so we're here now. In so many ways, that feels like life, feels like a new beginning. It feels like something new is starting, and that brings a lot of excitement and joy and expectance. In many ways, it is a death. The reason we landed in Phoenix when we did was Dom, my husband, is going back to work, and he has been home with the kids for almost 3 years. And so in so many ways, a death of what our family structure and family unit looked like and has been functioning as for the last several years is happening. And a new one is coming to life. And to be quite frank, it's not been the easiest transition. And I will say I don't think it has been easy is because I didn't prepare myself for it. And as you talk to people who have physically lost someone at the end of their life, there's always a grief journey. There's always pain. There's always sadness. There's always this emotion. But there is this different feeling when it's a shock, when you are not prepared for it to happen. And that is in many ways how I am feeling about what's going on in our life right now. It has been such a really important mindset shift to remember the ending of things will happen along our journeys in life. And we have the power to not necessarily be shocked by that. Because though we may not know what exact change is going to happen, what exact end is going to happen, for so many of my clients that I talk to right now, that's a career. Whether that's through layoffs or through a big life transition and the career that they always thought they were going to have has changed. Or a relationship, whether a friendship or a life partnership has ended that you weren't expecting to end. You can be sad and you can go through the grief journey that all of those things are changing. And you should. Let me make that very clear. You should make space and time for that. And two things can be true at once. You also can be excited and expectant for what's next. You can see that everything that happened in the journey up until this end was all for a reason, even if that reason isn't clear right now. It's okay if a piece of you dies. If a part of your identity, if a part of who you used to be, if a belief you used to carry, if a dream you used to have has changed, all of those are okay and normal. And they are all going to come with a grief journey. So while death will never be a fun part of life's journey, it will always be a growth part. And for that, we have a chance to participate in this journey called life that also comes with endings in both a physical, mental, and spiritual sense. So whatever part of your life that's holding on, that needs to see the end, I want you to step into that. I want you to lean into that. You may be slow and somber as you lean in, but you're also making space to welcome what's new. Thank you for joining me and connecting with me on this episode of Highly Inquisitive. Who else do you know that needs to make this mindset shift? Will you do them a favor and send this to them? Remember, you don't have to do it all perfectly, just authentically and with a healthy dose of curiosity. Until then, my friends, I'll see you next time.